in the deep American South, Canadian middle distance runner Marco Arop. Here in Starkville, Mississippi, his home for the past 5 years, and the place Arop's pursuit of 800-meter greatness continues.
Arop stays in the lead and takes the win by half a meter or so.
I think the final puzzle pieces are coming together. There's still a few steps that I have to take to get to that point, but every year it's getting inches closer to it. The first part is figuring out how to win races from every angle, from the front, from the back, from in the middle of the pack.
His 6'3" frame towers above most of the competition.
Push off the left, I can load this.
But for as physically noticeable as he is, he'd rather fly under the radar. Soft-spoken, minimal in so many ways, humble to a fault, and massively grateful for the life he's created.
I just kind of enjoy the moment, just try to embrace that feeling, how lucky I am to be able to run and enjoy myself and go out and, just do the things that I love every day. I think that's the sense that I get every time I go and run. Even this morning, just looking at the views and like how lucky I am to be able to do that. I'm more reserved and much rather keep to myself and just focus on what I need to do.
Simple living, how the 24-year-old originally from Sudan would want it. Most days spent stretching at home and training at Mississippi State University, where a pack of elite runners are just trying to keep pace with Marco. Their admiration and respect so abundantly obvious when he steps on the track.
He's just real, gives off good energy, and then that's what makes him the legend around here,
Legendary, Jesus!
He's a great athlete because he's disciplined. His dedication to the sport is like out of this world.
Marco is probably one of the most humble people I've ever met, not only just for his level of success, but for our level of success.
It's this atmosphere of support that's kept Arop here. He actually hasn't been a student for 3 years, deciding to stay in Starkville because of his coach and training partners. The perfect place for him.
They care for us. They care for us as athletes. They care for us as human beings. And no matter where we come from, who we are, and what we believe in, they want to make sure they're doing what's best for us. And from the moment I got here, I felt it.
But for as welcoming as this place has been for Arop, that hasn't always been the case for others.
The city says we welcome everyone, but do African Americans really feel welcome in the city?
Behind the beautiful murals and buildings downtown, this is a place steeped in racial injustice, civil upheaval, and social activism. The South, Starkville, is a complicated place with a complicated history.
We fall for it.
And at the heart of the movement these days is NAACP president of the local chapter, Yolanda Haddix.
No firearm allowed, but everybody got a gun.
She knows the realities of what it means to be a black person living in the Deep South. It's where she grew up. It's where she moved away from, only to return to try and create change from within.
We're about equal opportunity, eliminate race-based discrimination, and the hardest thing, we can't do it because the people who are plugged in bring their own values and views in. It's very difficult. So I'm trying to be the peacemaker across the board. The hardest things I see, nothing that represents me. I'm serious, nothing. I look at all the changes, but what actually represents our community?
She also attended Mississippi State University and says the realities of racism and divide are very different in Starkville compared to campus.
I tell you, it's a whole community in itself. So you would never see the real Starkville being on campus.
My parents had some concerns and they asked me about the history and how much I knew about it, and they also asked Coach, and I think they trusted me and trusted Coach and the decisions that I made.
A decision Arop feels has best positioned him to be the fastest ever.
I feel like I'm just one step away from reaching that ultimate goal of okay, now on top of the world, literally. Like I've won.
Something he believes he's capable of. Some tough lessons learned along the way. Running out of steam at the Tokyo Olympics, only to return last summer to win bronze at the World Athletics Championships.
Marco Arop does become the first Canadian medalist in this event for 15 years. The majestic Canadian held on brilliantly for the bronze.
I always say I'm grateful for every part of it, and to come out here with a bronze medal is it's a great way to keep going.
Setting the stage for this year's Worlds with the ultimate goal looming in Paris in the summer of 2024.
I think every season comes with new challenges. We always look at the year before, what my strengths were, what my weaknesses were, and where we can make improvements. So we try not to think of the end goal, but we work day to day, make those small improvements. So by the end of the season, we can see we've had growth, and that's the goal overall, is to be better than we were yesterday, be better this year than we were last year.
Soaking it all in, hoping one day all those puzzle pieces fall into place. Just keep running.